Hello, Serge here for the Backyard Driving Range. All right, we have a comment that came in. This comes from Bruce Chamberlain, and Bruce says, his subject is one-iron golf clubs. I am an avid fan of PPG's system of golf. Will never change. I watch all of your daily videos and will continue to do so. You mentioned the one-iron golf clubs on your latest videos. I purchased a set of one-iron golf clubs and loved them. I had a set of top brand clubs and can honestly say that I prefer the one-iron clubs. Each of the one-iron clubs is hitting just as far as his top set did. I was hitting about 160 meters with the ping and hit the same with the irons. I was hitting about 100 meters with the pitching wedge and hit the same distance with the one irons. I think unless you actually try these clubs yourselves, you won't realize how good they are. Each manufacturer of clubs brings out new models to improve your game, and if you bought them, you would be spending a lot of money. I have a set of one-iron clubs which are really well made, and I will be using them for as long as I can play golf, or if they wear out. Regards, Bruce Chamberlain. Okay, Bruce. What you're saying is that you went and you tried them, and they seem to be working well for you. With that, I can say, absolutely great, and I would stay with them, because evidently it sounds like you feel like you're hitting them much more. You're hitting them the same distance, but it sounds like you're hitting them much more consistently solid, much more consistently straight, and therefore it should be getting the impression from what you're saying, you're overall playing better golf. So I can't argue with that. All I know is my personal experience with one-length clubs and almost everybody else that's tried them, and by one length, one club, they mean that they build all the clubs with the same length. And at least that's what I assume it to be, because that's what I once had a man 25 years ago when I was at Harbortown bring out a set of, he had invented a set and he brought them to me, and they were, all the irons were the same length, and he said with the same length you could have the same setup with every club and make the same swing. But I'm sorry, it just doesn't fit into the laws of physics, because if the shaft is the same, the less loft doesn't, especially with longer clubs, doesn't have enough of a shaft to get more load and kick to help speed the head up even more. So I mean, basically what happens with a rock, when I'm swinging a rock on the end of a string, the more string I let out, the faster the rock goes. I mean, I can get to a point that my hand can only move so much, and as the rock goes faster, the hand moves less. So the only thing, it has to be that the length of the club has to play an important part of adding the extra energy and speed to make the club go faster and hit it longer. Somehow, some way, you're managing to do it, Bruce, and congratulations. But it never worked for me when I've tried it, and most golfers I've ever talked to that went and tried them, it didn't work for them. Yeah, I could hit the ball really straight and really solid, but it wasn't going as far, nowhere near it, especially as the clubs got longer. And so, if it's working for you, then I'd say, thank you. I can't say any more than great. It worked for you, and I'm passing this on, because if somebody's looking for another alternative, and it's definitely obviously opposite of what's happening in golf club construction today, because everybody's building them really long. All our swing surgeon certified fitters are doing what? Well, we're all building clubs shorter than standard, because clubs have gotten way too long. I mean, heck, I've had guys 6'7" being told that they need 2-inch longer irons, but it doesn't matter. If you're 6'7", and you got the proper length arms that would match up equally to, say, somebody at 5'7" for what they need, standard could be just correct for you. And when a guy's 6'7", he's got 2-inch longer clubs and 4 degrees upright, and he wrote into me and he says, all I do is I keep sticking the irons in the ground. What's the first thing I got to say? And he says, I'm pretty sure I'm making a pretty decent swing. I'm staying quiet. My knees aren't moving too much. Then I got to say, your clubs are too long. Choke up and see what happens. All right? And I've talked to Doc Griffin about this, and he's had numerous tall guys come in who are fitted with 1-inch and 2-inch longer clubs and upright and everything else, and didn't even sniff needing that. Not even sniff needing it. All right? Just because you're tall doesn't mean you need long clubs, and because you're short doesn't mean you need short clubs. All right? I'm an average height for a man my age, 5'9", and I swing short clubs. Why? Because I got super long arms. I got a 35-inch sleeve, which is normally an arm length of a man over 6 feet, well over 6 feet. All right? And so it all comes down to your specific body measurements is what you need. And in this case, it is one club, the one length club for the whole set. If it's working for you and you haven't lost distance, then great for you. I'm not gonna actually tell anybody not to go and test them, because why? In many cases, the only way to try anything is, and to see if it works, is you got to go try it. I'm always testing things. How do you think I find out so many answers? How do you think I started figuring out this swing? I started asking what has to happen, why does it happen, how do you make it happen? And anything that seems reasonable, and it's brought to me, I'm gonna go and test it. All right? I don't use anybody for guinea pigs but me, because I know my body better than anything else. I know how I hit the ball better. I know what my balls are supposed to look like. They're supposed to sound like when I hit them. They're supposed to feel like it when I hit it right, and how they're supposed to go. And I put that all up against anything I test. And whether it be golf balls, golf clubs, shafts, whatever, different types of heads, whatever. It's amazing how many things make sense, can be logical, and actually can fit physics. But when you apply the human body to it, and in terms of swinging a golf club and hitting it, remember, we're not a machine. We don't swing at right angles. Everything is tendons, ligaments, muscles, tendons, and ligaments, and we're swinging on different angles, yet we're trying to swing with the least angles possible and on the maximum vertical incline plane. And when you take all of those factors into it, sometimes it's logical and sensible, and it's that it's got to be that when you apply the body doing it to play golf, it doesn't come out like it's supposed to be. And my experience, and almost everybody I've dealt with the one length set of golf clubs, we can hit them good, but you can't sniff the distance that you'd have with a regular set of golf clubs that are fitted properly to you. But Bruce, it's working for you, so I'd say great. Keep doing it. As long as it keeps working, why leave? Why quit? Why change? And you took the chance, you tried it, and it's working for you. And all I'm going to say is, it's never worked for me, and it's never worked for anybody else I've seen. You're the first person I've ever come across that said it's working for him. So I'm going to say, if you want anybody out there, if you want to try it, the only way to know is to try it, and just be reasonable, keep an open mind, be honest to yourself, and if it works for you, then do it. If it doesn't, go back to your clubs, get your clubs fitted, and you'll find that when they're perfectly fitted for you, you'll always play better golf, because there's nothing like a good fitted golf club to perform properly to you. Everything about it works, fit for you. You'll start hitting the ball much more solid, straight, and longer, and shooting those lower scores. So, Bruce, as long as it works, keep it going, all of you. If you're not happy with what you got, there's an option to try, or go out and get your clubs fitted by a good certified fitter. And you'll see definitely improvements there, because it's a tool. There's two tools in playing golf. The club is a tool that has to fit this tool. And when this tool and this tool are merged together, married together, and they both work for each other, good and much better things start to happen. All right? Well, that's it for today, and I'll be talking with you all again soon.